Hello, everyone. My name is Dio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and today we're talking about Wave 7. So today is January 8th, 2020, and very surprised this morning when we woke up, as Modi had apparently spoiled 3 ships, and I don't want to say that then an article was released to kind of coincide with that, maybe to cover it up. Who knows? But all I know is that we have 3 new ships that have been revealed. We have information about them, and we're going to talk about them. So now we're going to jump into the ship that I'm the most excited about, and that is the LAT Gunship. It is now the second medium base that the Galactic Republic, I like calling it the Grand Republic. I just think it sounds better. But anyway, there's a spread, and there you get your answer of why did the base not have any type of arc painted on it. Well, that's because it has one of those rotating doodads. Okay, it has a mobile turret. We're just looking at the token spread, nothing new. We do see some strain and deplete tokens in the pile, so we might get some deplete abilities somewhere in here. But let's go ahead. Let's keep jumping into it. As for actions, we have focus, red, reinforce, target lock, rotate, and the reload action. Now, having all those actions be white except for the reinforce, I think that's really strong. Though, of course, that unless you have some type of crew that allows you to get additional actions like force users, which will end up being relevant here. As for stats, which if you were watching live, you realized that I messed up stats earlier. I think I got these right the first time. So it has a 2 attack dice, double turret, 1 agility, 8 hull, 2 shields, thick boy, and 2 charges. I am fairly certain that both of those charges are on all of the pilots, and that has to do with the ship ability. As for that ship ability, I believe it reads, LAT Gunship ability. While a friendly ship performs a non-turret attack, if the defender is in your turret arc, could be front arc. I've seen people go back and forth whether it's front arc or not, but I think it's turret arc. While a friendly ship performs a non-turret attack. So that's important because your attack base is turrets. You can't use this on yourself. If the defender is in your turret arc, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, the attacker rerolls up to 2 attack dice. So only the defender needs to be in your arc. So it could work for you if you are firing a secondary weapon of some kind, a special weapon. But if you're just firing with your normal 2 attack dice turret, that's a no-go. All right, as for the dial, it has a 0 stop, 1 banks that are white, 1 straight, 2 hards that are white, 2 banks that are white, 2 straight that is blue. That is now we got 2 blue maneuvers. That's it. Don't stress yourself in this ship. It's gonna be bad. You got a 3 hard that is red, 3 banks that are white, 3 straight that is white, and a 4 straight that is red. Of course, with the limited 2 blue maneuvers, you do have to take into account that it does have a 180 degree, not 180 degree, but it has a double turret arc. So if you have it to the side and you stress yourself and you go 1 straight and the action's happening on the inside, you're going to be fine. I think you're probably going to want to stay away from being stressed, though, as much as possible. As for the pilots, I had a good time putting these together, honestly. The database of all the clones that have been documented in Star Wars. So when I enhanced, and I was like, all right, what could be these names? And here are my guesses, okay? So we have the 212th Battalion pilot, which is Initiative 2. We have another Initiative 2, which this is the only one I had a question on. I think it is Havoc. Could be a different one. Hound is a possibility. Hawk is a possibility. This is where I am right now. Initiative 3, Warthog, and Initiative 4, I think, is Hunter. But again, these are just guesses. With Enhance, I could be completely wrong. We get a plethora of cards. I think this is the pack that's going to be just interesting on the side of just upgrades and different. Even if you don't play the ship, you're probably going to want to pick this guy up. because of just the sheer number of crew in here. Of course, there's stuff that is going to be Republic only, but there's also some all-around cards. So you have Ayla Secura, which will, we actually believe we have her text by enhancing, which we'll talk about in a little bit. We have the something something gunner. Now, this something something gunner, that second card in there, I think it's going to be a better agile gunner. That's the guess. Right now, we'll find out later. Then we have what we're pretty sure is a Captain Rex crew, which is going to be awesome. We have concussion missile, and then we have some mystery shot card. It's a new card which actually can be seen in, I believe, I may have actually missed this earlier, can be seen in one of the other spreads, something shot. And then we have another clone, which I think is 5s, okay? Another clone crew or gunner. Then we have Ion Missile, and then we have something company. I'm guessing it's Ghost Company. That's my call, Ghost Company, which was part of a Star Wars video game in the early 2000s, I believe. Then we have Kit Fisto. I mean, you know it's Kit Fisto because you see a picture of Kit Fisto there. Multi-missile pods, and there's also Platoon, which maybe Platoon is the face-down one here. Maybe it's something else. People are wanting it to be Yoda. I think it's probably just Platoon. As for the cards we know, Ayla Secura, while an enemy ship in your, and again, this is what I think by using a magnifying glass, while an enemy ship in your bullseye performs an attack, if the defender is friendly and at range 0 to 2, the defender may change one blank result to a focus. All right, so gives you a little bit of defensive tech, and of course, one of the awesome things, it gives you a force point, which is just good on its own, but it also gives you a focus to purple coordinate linked action on that. Pretty strong possibilities there. All points removed. It seems like it could be a really powerful ability. Anytime you have more than one action is really, really solid. And just increasing the defensiveness of your ships, also really good. Even though it's limited to the bullseye, I think it could be really good. People have gotten really, really efficient at making sure that they're getting those bullseyes on when they need to. So if you're bringing this crew, you're pumping up that defense, because I'm assuming that you have some way to mod that focus. And then Platoon was the card that they gave us in all of its glory, which again I think is just that one that's flipped over there. And it is, of course, Republic only. And it says, at the start of the end phase, if you are reinforced, which for these ships cost you a stress, you may choose one friendly ship at range 0, or in your left or right arc at range 1. That ship removes one deplete or strain token, or repairs one face-up damage card. It gives you the purple reinforce action, and of course a force. So there you can end up, instead of using your stressful reinforce, you have a purple one. Man, I don't know. Would you really? Let's see. Do you have to spend? You don't have to spend the force to do this ability. That ship removes one deplete token or strain token or repairs. I mean, I think the best ability here is repairing one face-up damage card, especially with the amount of hull this thing has. You can do it to yourself or your buddies. Gives you some flexibility there. Anytime you have to range control for abilities like this, especially range 1, could be tough in the battle, because at this point you are you've maybe used resources, or you've lost ships in the game. Things are spread out. Platoon seems interesting. We'll see whether or not he's just a force point. Man, one of the things that I immediately think of, I said, repairing the face-up damage cards, but there are cards in Rebels. There's a couple astromechs that are pretty cheap that do the same thing. That don't get played too much. So I'm not sure we'll see this too much. At least not for the ability. I don't believe. Sorry, Plo. You're a cool bro, but not today. So this has been my first reaction to this Wave 7 announcement. Super excited to see everything that comes with this wave. Are we going to see more? Are there more reprints coming? Maybe there are more ships that are going to be added. And, of course, when we see those things come out, we'll talk about it then. Thanks for watching. Gold Squadron out.